Hey, before this video gets started, I'd like to ask you to do me a favor. If you find yourself watching this video, and obviously you have because you can hear this, if you decide for whatever reason to nope out of this video before it finishes, and I mean like well before it finishes, like before the halfway mark or at any point, like you decide like to leave before it's done, do me this favor and leave a comment down below explaining exactly why you're leaving. If it's my voice, if it's the audio, like the audio quality, if it's the co-host voice, if the video is just boring, doesn't matter what it is. Like even if it's like, well, I suddenly had to poop and I had to leave. Like doesn't matter what it is, just tell me what it is down below because I'm trying to boost audience retention. And I feel the only way to really do that is by having the audience tell me what's making them lose retention. So enjoy the show. There are things in life that we experience at our own hand that make us genuinely unhappy. This game is the newest in a long line of those things for me. So I want everyone to know that the first episode of this will sort of kind of be a review of sorts, which I'll probably try to make the title of that in some capacity. But I also want you to know, well, you're going to find out in a few seconds, this is not the first time I've played this. The game released last night, technically this morning, and here's what I want you to know. This is an arcade title. It's not just a game, it's an arcade game, very specifically. So I want you to understand something. What that means is, based on the difficulty you're playing on, I was playing on normal because it's a side-scroll beat-em up, shouldn't be that fucking difficult. Let's see. I just want you to understand, I can't pick this. This is my save file from last night. I was, that battle, that stage I was on, impossible. Couldn't fucking do it. Could not fucking do it. And you're gonna find out why here in a minute, but yeah. I can't pick it. You know why? First off, the controller is like not having it. It's not really all that weird. This controller is not official. I ran out of continues. Now, when you lose a life, meaning you deplete like your 3 health bars, you can either retry or like go back to the main menu. Again, what is happening? So every now and again, like the game's like I can't move the cursor. It's weird. So the only thing I can do with this save file is erase it, but I won't. So we're gonna start over now. The 6 episodes I recorded, 6 or 7 episodes I recorded, they still exist. And I'll upload them on my somewhere. But I want you to know that like, so normal ain't that rough. Like the combat, not that bad. Honestly, not that bad. It's like, it's perfectly like meaty for like a game like this. Something that will give you, like, you won't just speed through it, but you only get 10 continues. And as you saw on my save file, I had none left. I ate through almost all of them in that last stage. If I am not mistaken, there are 15 stages in the entire game, which is why I do believe they added the idea of having a limited number of continues. You can run through this entire game in a few hours. Like, it said I was like 2 hours and some change in, and that was at the end of episode 3. So that's 15 stages. That's I'm bugging. That's 3 times 3. That's 9 stages in. Math. That's 9 stages in, and when I got to that last stage, it ate through my lives. which I think was intentional. There is no leveling system. Your rangers don't get stronger. You don't unlock moves. So if you reach a point that you find difficult, that's that. Short of someone else doing it for you, or you suddenly gaining the ability to do things you couldn't do earlier, that's it. You can't do that stage. So I already tried normal. I'm going on easy because that gives you unlimited continues, which again I feel is unfair. As far as I am concerned, this game no longer gets like I'm not doing line reads. No, fuck all of that. Like we're speeding through all of the cutscene shit because it doesn't deserve that anymore. It lost all of that. So outside of like just a terrible idea for a game on PS5, like arcade games, like they're dead in the water. Like we are beyond that at this point. This game, like I started thinking to myself like, oh, this is just Turtles in Time. Like you'll understand why in a few minutes. Nope, none of you get to talk. That's over with. You lost that right. So
good luck, Rangers.
Like, if you wanted to platinum this game, you can get, like, I'd say probably all but 3 of the trophies on easy mode. And 3 of the those 3 would be beating it on the different difficulties. That's it. Everything else you can get, like, I will not be platinuming this. I'll finish it now because there's, unlimited continues and the blah 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 blah. So like I hadn't pieced together exactly how exactly how short this game was when I first played it. So originally my plan was to like play as a different ranger each week, and that's knowing what I know now, that's fucking no, that's not happening. So what I'm gonna do is like I'll just change rangers between episodes. So that means like let's see, like I don't know what the game is gonna give me. Like I see this game getting DLC. I can't stress enough that I really do just feel like this is a game of wasted potential. I don't know who. I just struggle with the idea of who thought everything that like happened, like the way the game plays is dumb. Like this, if this was it, like you don't need continues. Like you don't. Like you see, there's a score at the top, like above my health bar. Yeah, just take the score to like kill my score. That's it. Like that's all you have to do. Is like if you really want to, well, there's a reason to not fail. Yeah, just like deplete my score. Like I'm pretty sure that the game has a leaderboard somewhere. And I would like to point out that if it does not have a leaderboard, then there's absolutely no reason for there to be a scoring system. Like unnecessary. There's a trophy here for knocking somebody into one of the boulders. But I don't have to worry about that because I already got the trophies. There are collectibles. The collectibles are terrible. They're not going to tell you that, obviously. There are trophies again for doing combos. I would imagine that the combo trophies might be easier to get on a higher difficulty, if only because the enemies might take longer to knock down. Although I can't say that it seems that way. I think right now difficulty only changes the aggressiveness of the enemies, and it might change like how much damage you take when you get hit. I don't. The sprite work is fine. The sprite work is super duper fine. Hold on. As soon as I can, god dang. As soon as I can beat these boys up, because I did the tutorial in the original first episode. Nope. Okay. sprite work. Look at this. Look at this. Good sprite work. I lied. It's okay sprite work. So what you're seeing here, this is like facing to the right. This is a Power Ranger. This is a Power Ranger in Mirror World. Because all they're doing is flipping the entire sprite the other way around. How do you know that? Because his blaster is on the wrong side now. And like, there's no question to that. As I look at, like, man, I'm 36 years old. I've been watching Power Rangers for God knows how long. The amount of Power Ranger toys I have. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Dino Blaster's holder is on the right side. Well, it's on their left side, but it's on the right side, facing you. So yeah, when you turn that way, it just flips it over. So like, yeah, like, it looks nice. This is... So I don't know if this is how... I don't think this is how it works when you're in combat. I'm not holding it. Like, it just freezes. Like, there's a half second. So your circle button is your dodge. It makes a hit confirmation sound when you dodge through an attack, but it does negate damage. You got your cross is your jump. You cannot, yeah, you can double jump. You have to jump again before you start descending. As soon as you descend, like, that's it. You can't jump again. When you jump and attack, you get a dive kick. When you double jump and attack, you get a slam. Triangle is your super move, as you can see flashing in the top left of the screen. So yeah, it's a single button fighter. You have a move when you're dashing. You have like, I would say that's a launcher, but it's not. It covers so much ground. The shoulder button, if you are curious at all, do dog shit. Don't do a goddamn thing. Neither of them. Like, I think I can prove that. Yeah. Dive kick, down smash, super attack, and grab. It's if you've ever played like a TMNT arcade game, it's this. All right, so yeah, that's it. The left stick does nothing. The right stick does nothing. The left stick you can move with the left stick. The Zords and bikes are the worst thought out thing on the planet. And when we get there, I'll tell you why. As I said, this whole first episode would be like a review. So as you can see, there are only 3 things you can really do when you're, because the Zords and bikes work the same way. When you're on the Dino Cycle or whatever it's called, you move around and you shoot a blaster. Same with the Zords, like, they just go forward and you can make them jump. Didn't know that. The game doesn't tell you that. You just have to figure it out. Because there's a tutorial for the main combat, but there is no tutorial for the Zords. There's a slight tutorial for the Megazord battle, but not necessarily. So when it says shoot, like, I just want you to know, there's a reticle on screen during these segments. As you can see, there is no controls for aiming. There isn't. There's no controls for aiming. That's because the move function and the aim function are the exact same thing. You can't, like, if you want to move left, you basically, it's what you think. You move the reticle left or right, and your Zord's going to go left or right. So if you're all the way to the right and you can't go left because you might get hurt, but the thing you need to shoot is to the left, or, the right if you're on the left, on the right if you're on the left, and it's on the left if you're on the right, but you can't go that direction. You can't aim that way because you're going to move that way. You can move up and down. That's pretty fine. But it just doesn't work. It's dumb. And not to mention, the shoot is on the square button. So it's like, well, if they did put the reticle on the right stick, well, then how are you going to shoot? If you got to, again, shoulder button's doing absolutely nothing. Like, doing fucking nothing. So, triggers, man. This is PS4 era. Like this is PS4. They're shaped like triggers now. So moving left and right with the left stick and like aiming with the right analog stick while holding down R2 or L2. Hell, even R1, L1. Super fine. Super duper fine. That would have been almost acceptable. You would have had to do a whole lot of thinking on the fly. Because you'd have to pay attention to what's happening on screen and like kind of like keep a mental track of where your character is so you don't get hurt. The Megazord isn't nearly as bad. It's just not fun. Because if you're thinking like, oh, you play as the Megazord in like a third, no, it's first person. Figure that shit the fuck out. It's just ultimately not that fun. And it's like, well, you know, ain't no well, you know. Well, you can suck a dick. I'm gonna get. Oh yeah, so combat. Yeah, like it's okay. It's very empty. Very, very empty. We complained that the turtle Shredder's Revenge didn't have any stink to it. It had absolutely no stink, and it sucked. It sucked that it didn't have any stink. All it was this. It was this exactly. Like if somebody told us like, oh yeah, this is made by .emu, I'd be like, oh y'all just reskinned what's it say? Now this is like the way you would probably want to play this game because of the way it looks, but you have options. You can so you can turn it on the CRT. So like for whatever reason you can not really get a good look at everything going on, or you can turn it on CRT1, which is a flat screen CRT, so you don't have the curved edges. Again, okay. Again, that's okay. And all this does, in my opinion, is watch everything out because it simply just adds it adds little black lines across the entire screen, so you're not getting like the full resolution. Let's see what else we got. CRT, and then there's just 720p, which makes it brighter, but now it's just a bright CRT. I don't understand that. And then telescope, and this is like, oh, if you were playing it on a arcade cabinet, this is what it would look like. Isn't that neat? This is not content. This is not game content. I will be changing it back to not stupid because I'd like to be able to fucking see. Yep, like I said before, I'm not gonna let that go. It's a wrap. This is what your specials are. Your specials are indeed merely screen nukes, and you build them up by attacking the enemies on screen. Everything feels really, really slow. I'm sure that no one is gonna believe that. But yeah, the combat feels kind of empty. How do they get so strong? I would like to point out, like, there's no holes. Like, it doesn't, like, I imagine the solution to that is to, dodge behind him and then attack him. Moving feels really slow. Really slow. D rank. Oh, that's what this game gets. No, I'm not doing it. I'm not. I'll probably like put all of the original episodes up at the end of this as like bonus nonsense. So from what I can tell, these guys are in the game, but none of the people involved with them are, because the Tengu Warriors were introduced in the Tengu Warriors were introduced in the movie, and then they were used in the show as minions of Lord Zed, as I'd imagine is like leftovers. So this is how fast you move. It doesn't matter, like, so up and down for whatever reason is somewhat faster than left and right. If you use the joystick, the analog stick, if you are even slightly pressing up, yeah, you get that.
Another one down.
Yeah, I don't really care for the combat because it's really slow, but it's not so bad. It's not the worst. If you are being attacked,
How did they get so strong?
like, yeah, you can't. If you see it coming, because I feel like we've like been conditioned by games like the Arkham and Assassin's Creed titles, where you can be giving somebody the business, and you can be like, yeah, I'm gonna work you over. Oh, there's a dude coming. Yeah, not today. Other guy trying to attack me, and then you press a button to get the hell out the way. Not here. Like, it's not happening. Like, also, like, I'm not like, you know, bugging over the fact that, like, well, they don't telegraph their attacks. Yeah, they don't really need to. Like, I'm not gonna say that they just don't feel like they need to. Like I said, I have not found a way to destroy one of those. Yeah, I can't. Getting hit is what I'm good at.
Time to kick some butt.
I think you've seen what that does. It just makes you like move really fast for a small amount of time. And I don't know if it's the same between each ranger,
How did they get so
but like
strong?
the game really does seem to try to find a way to justify you playing through each, like play through the entire story as one character. Like it seems to want you to do that. Because like if you play with Billy, you play with the Tyrannosaurus Zord. You know, that's it. That's the difference. Is you'll play with the different Zords. I think this game does not deserve to be on PS4. It is a Switch title exclusively. I think it should be. Because there's not enough content. There's genuinely not enough content here to justify. It's not even a gig. It's like a couple hundred megabytes. I can't show you right now because I don't have a home button on this controller. And I don't feel like I'm already like eating through the episode, like slowing everything down just to try to explain. What I don't like about this game, I do like the sprite work for the most part. It looks okay. It looks semi-okay. I'll finish this stage up. Based on the way I'm going to do this, it only makes sense. Combos don't seem to matter. Like they might be giving you combos might give you more score, and they might make your super meter go up. I can't really tell. Mostly because I don't pay a lot of attention to it, because it doesn't seem to be a reason to pay attention to it.
Hey, I warned you.
There's a trophy for like juggling an enemy X number of times. The game is, there's a lot of that happening. Like, spatially this makes sense. It looks like I'm behind the dumpster. Now it doesn't. Like when I'm against the wall, it looks like I'm behind the dumpster. But like you move, I don't even know how this works. I don't. It's interesting. I checked for an update before I started recording this. There is no update. It's been less than a day. Like I would be cool playing this.
So strong.
I'd be super cool playing this like on the Switch, like laying in bed doing nothing, like especially like on easy mode. Fuck!
It's go time.
I don't know how long I could have kept that.
Over here.
I could have juggled that, but like I think that they know that that's like the way the game is like mechanically designed, because there's a trophy for juggling an enemy 10 times, I think,
How did they get so
and I think that was like what, 5, maybe 6. That was not enough. That was not 10. And I probably won't do it. Because when it comes to trophies, I'm a firm believer that like
My shield.
I'm a firm believer that
strong?
if you can't get them all, don't bother getting any. Because what's the point otherwise?
How did they get so strong?
Oh, and if you made it this far into the episode and you're like, and you have anything like even like semi-negative to say about my opinion of the what you call of like how this game works, if you like it, good for you. You like mediocre games, but this is incredibly mediocre. It feels like they put more effort into the way it looks than they put into the way it feels to play, and that's pathetic. Like, we have had so many games over the past couple of years that like had like so much nostalgia hype. Like Shredder's Revenge. Oh my gosh, were we excited for Shredder's Revenge? And we were excited for this. Same exact sensation. But I do find it funny that like I think that Streets of Rage 4 is a game I haven't really like gotten into. I've only done the combo tutorials. So you know what, y'all go ahead and get out of here. Yeah, so yeah, if you're upset, like if you, because I've done this before. The last game, the last game I gave my like review of was a Power Ranger game, and it was Battle for the Grid, which I still think isn't a good game. It's not good based on what they want you to do with it. Like, they want that game to be a viable, like, you know, competitive fighter. And I was like, nah, you could have just made that like an organized button masher, and it would have been perfecto. Because it would have been great for the kids who are like getting into Power Rangers, and it would have been good for the old ass motherfuckers who used to watch Power Rangers. And like, I think that like the fighting game, I think because the fighting game community has grown so big, that I think they're under the impression that that a great majority of people who play video games play fighting games. And the sad reality is, well, not the sad reality, but the true reality is, most people who play video games play recreationally. Most people are not esports champions. Most people don't like plan to go to Evo. Most people just want to play something that takes their mind off of life. Kind of the same way like people watch Netflix. A lot of people, like, we complain about, like, people who really like good writing complain about like shitty like TV dramas, like basically anything on Lifetime or any of those like very feminine cop shows. Yeah, they're not very good. They're genuinely not. The drama isn't like compelling. Nothing about it is good. But the people watching that shit aren't looking for like M. Night Shyamalan level twists. They just want to not be thinking for a minute. And that could be considered bad. It could be considered good. I don't know. I'm trying to not have an opinion on it. I think this is for motherfuckers who want to turn their brains off. When you play something like Pro Skater, like a Pro Skater game, that's what that is you're turning your brain off. Because Because I would argue, like, anybody's like, well, I've never been good at it. And it's like, I promise you, it's not hard. Like, it's genuinely not. And it's definitely a go with the flow kind of game. Once you understand how it works, you don't think too much about it. And I think that's exactly how, but like organized button mashers kind of work. And like Battlefield the Grid is almost an organized button masher. Play the game on easy and just don't really think too hard about what you're doing. Just know that you need to block and like try to pay a little bit of attention. You'll have an okay time. Like you won't feel stressed out. This could have been that. Like difficulty, increase in difficulty. First off, the whole like I paid money for this. They're not getting more money out of me every time I fail a stage and have to try again. Lives are over with. Even the Mario franchise is like, yeah, you don't really need lives. We have them because that's what it's classic. And when I say classic, I mean 2D side scroll Mario games. Like there is the only thing that you like in Super Mario Bros. Wonder, when you lose all your lives, the only downside is you have to go all the way back to where you were, and any collectibles that you might have gotten while you were in the stage are gone now. But like the 3D Mario games, almost like Odyssey. Yeah, Odyssey didn't have a life system. Like same goes for like Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, which I'm playing. Yeah, when you lose your lives, like you start the stage over, but you have to also collect all the collectibles again, which ain't that difficult. Like that's not a punishment. Whereas like starting the entire game over, that's a punishment. Especially when you don't get to skip dialogue. Like there's like mashing through it is not skipping it. Like when I say skip it, I'd like to not have to. I'd like to go from gameplay to gameplay to gameplay to gameplay to gameplay. You know, not have to sit there and think to, you know, not have to wait. I always give Hotline Miami's balls a little tickle when I talk about games that do that. And even it did it like poorly in certain aspects. There's like the game is intended for you to play it like a movie. Like the entire thing is supposed to play out like one solid story. So if there are, and it's very seldomly are there ever cutscenes or like dialogue boxes in Hotline Miami, but like when there are, if you fail, you gotta do that shit again. I complain about the what you call it. I complain about like the combat just doesn't feel good here. It's so short. The combos are really, really short. It doesn't feel like there's any depth to it at all. It doesn't feel like there's anything that you can do as an individual that will change up your playstyle. There is no holding the button for like charge attacks. There's no press these two buttons together for a super attack. It's a singular button fighter. It's a singular button brawler, and it really expects more out of you. The most I can, like, this game looks identical to Shredder's Revenge. The color palette, just everything about this looks like Shredder's Revenge. And I'm pretty sure that's what inspired this. I don't think .emu made this game. Like, I do not believe they did. We can check real quick. No, it wasn't them. As soon as my name's got Digital Eclipse. I feel like I know them a little bit. I said this is gonna be a review of sorts. Shoot. No, I don't care. Oh. Digital Eclipse games. Yeah, what are some games that you guys have released? Have I played? Aha! Tetris Forever. Okay. Which I have Tetris Forever. Not a bad experience. I wouldn't call it great, but it's not bad. Oh, you guys made Spyro Season of Ice. Oh, so this is just what y'all do. Y'all made some not that good. Okay, y'all did Samurai Showdown. Y'all made the Space Jam a New Legacy video game. Worms, Armageddon, Mega Man Legacy, Street Fighter 30th. Okay. So all of y'all Nicktoons basketball all the way back in 2004. So y'all have been at it for a while, but it really does seem y'all made the Little Nicky video game for the Game Boy Color back in 2000. And okay, so y'all don't necessarily make Grand Theft Auto Advance. Okay. I wouldn't say y'all make a lot of good games. I'd say y'all have made a few like halfway decent joints, but you have a style, and I think that it just didn't fit this. But then again, Emu shouldn't have had their hands in this either, because fucking Shredder's Revenge was not that good. No, it's a 1.33 gigs, very small game, very very small. I feel like I keep starting to talk about the combat. Like it's just like I want to say it's sluggish, but it's not super sluggish. It's just very fucking repetitive, and that's coming from somebody who likes God of War and Mario Kart. It don't get much more repetitive than the new. It don't get much more repetitive than them two motherfuckers. Like that, like 100 per fucking cent. Like God of War, especially like even like but God of War has a lot of combos. You don't fucking use them. It's like a Mario Kart is racing the same, like even if it's like 100 tracks available to you on the cartridge, doesn't matter. Like you're still just racing the same tracks over and over and over again. Maybe a handful of them have like some sort of like variation, but not enough to like for it to fucking matter. So is this game good? No, I don't believe so. I don't believe it's good. I believe that it's not good enough for what it's trying to do. And you haven't seen my least favorite part of the game yet, which if I'm not mistaken is in the very next segment, which I could have done by now, but I'm not going to, because I'm going to milk this shit, because I don't know if I'm gonna milk it, but I'm gonna change characters, or maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just do like a different ranger per episode. That might be the way it has to go down. But yeah, like in the next episode, I'm still not gonna read the dialogue because I was doing voices and everything, yo. I was excited. I can't stress to you enough. I was mad excited. I was like, the nostalgia got me. It looked really pretty. We haven't had a Power Ranger game. Well, technically we had, that was like 5 years ago. Maybe even longer than that. Maybe like 5 or 6 years ago. But we had Battle for the Grid and Mega Battle. And Mega Battle was bad. Actually, Mega Battle wasn't much different from this. Like, it really, really wasn't. Mega Battle was not that much more different from this. Which is very interesting. It's sad to say. All right, that's it. If you've made it this far through my rambling, through my nonsense, through my unscripted like opinion of this game that a lot of people have given like 4 out of 5 stars. 2 things. 1, you can disagree with me. Don't fucking you can disagree with me. That's fine. I don't care, and you shouldn't either. Secondly, don't fucking go looking up reviews to try to find people who agree with you. Don't do that, because like when you find somebody who says like, oh, I don't like this thing that you like, and your immediate response is to be angry. First off, you didn't fucking make it. Secondly, it does not represent you as an individual. Them saying they don't like it doesn't mean that they don't like you. They might not, but you'll never know. They're a person on the internet. They have their own opinion. They're doing their own goddamn thing. You should do the same thing. If you like the game, why are you watching somebody else play it? Just fucking go play it. Like, if you've played this, you have to know there's no variation in the way that it can be played. There's either playing it well or playing it poorly. That's it. So, like, yeah, but by all means, if you want to say something nasty and tell me why I'm wrong for not liking this game, before you do that, which you probably already have, and you probably aren't even hearing this part, just know that I don't care, and there's a high probability I'll just delete your comment, because It's unnecessary. Like, highly unnecessary. Like, no matter what you're about to say, no matter what you're saying, no matter what you think in relation to the fact that I say that's unnecessary, and me making this video, and me having this opinion, and me sharing this opinion, you didn't have to click it. You knew it was a 40+ minute long video, and it has the words review in the title. You knew what you were getting yourself into. You either came here looking for somebody to say, I agree with you and you're right, or you came here to like let somebody make you angry. I'm not responsible for either of those things, and so therefore, like, I'm not going to engage with you and your fuck shit. Until next time, get out.